All right, babe. It's another episode of the Perch Prime Week 2. We got G1 here, the Candyman, Transaction Tyler, and the Commish.
Oh, it feels good to be back, Zach. Let's go. Brownies didn't get the dub, but I'll take it.
And we can see you. All right, starting off, we're heading around the league. First section, we got the good teams. Good teams of the weekend here. First one I wrote down, Eagles. They're the number one team of all time. Are we just agreeing on that?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just case closed. They beat a very good Falcons team. Matt Ryan's young. He's got a great offensive line, lots of receivers. He's ready to go. The Falcons defense looked great, and the Eagles just punished them.
Did you see the gif of the guard that they drafted? And he said something before the draft. He's like, if you want to protect your quarterback, draft me. And then there was a picture of Matt Ryan laying on the ground.
Yeah, that's the
sack that happened.
The Matt Ryan laying on the ground, face first. All right, Eagles. Season's pretty much over. They've won the Super Bowl. Congratulations, Troy. Congratulations, Kier. I guess we'll keep playing. Just to say that we had a season. But Eagles, number one. Okay, on to the Bucks. They're back again. They look pretty good. They looked okay. I didn't think they played great.
No, they didn't. But they're pretty good.
They needed to.
Cowboys look pretty good too, though.
They looked pretty good. The Bucks played down to their level. Cowboys played up. They met somewhere in the middle there. Gronk. What do you think of Gronk? Is this his best week?
Is he going to keep this up all year?
And Sammy Watkins week 1 type of shit.
You think?
Oh, O.J. Howard's the guy. He just wanted to give Gronk a little touchy on primetime.
I was truly surprised of his usage. Like, I was more surprised of how many plays he was in than getting 2 touchdowns. Like, Brady's going to obviously want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't think we'd see any Gronk spikes, and we saw 2.
And you all were blaming me because I didn't put 0 on the poll. I knew
you were right.
At least 1 or 2.
Absolutely.
So, would you rather have the rest of the year Gronk or AB?
Ooh, Antonio Brown. Yeah, it's not close. What would you rather have, Will? A wagon with 3 wheels or 2?
That's the consensus pick. All right, next up, the very hot Bengals. Zach Taylor, Ty, you want to talk about the good with the Bengals first, and then I got a problem.
They won, first of all. They covered the spread like they always do, but they won outright. They made they have a new kicker. They drafted the 5th round. He won the game. Joe Burrow made some good decisions. They spread the ball around a lot. Joe Mixon had he was out there for a ridiculous amount of passing plays and shit. Like, he ran a lot of routes and ran the ball quite a bit. A lot of touches. Ran
the ball way too much. That's my problem with this team. They're running the ball too much.
You can't keep that pace up all season. Jesus.
Zach Taylor. His seat's a little colder.
Mixon can't handle that kind of workload for more than 3 games in a row, guaranteed. If he does, though, watch out. Rick's
So the question is, I was talking with another Bengals fan, and we kind of thought Taylor was like,
Pete? Is this Pete?
Yeah, but we were like, is Zach Taylor coaching a little scared? Does he just not want to put the ball in Burrow's hands this early into the But then after the second half, it changed a little bit, but man, still they're feeding Mixon all game. Like, it still was not Zach Taylor like, that's for sure.
Feed Chase. Chase looked good.
Jamar Chase can catch the ball. Woo!
He can. Power football. Bengals, Cincinnati. Last team that won, I believe, in our league, the Dolphins. They beat the Patriots. That's just what they do. What would you put the Patriots playoff potential percentage at right now? What percentage do you think the Patriots are going to make the playoffs?
15%.
15.
I bet like 60%, 63%.
63% to 15%. Wow, that's quite the difference.
Bill Belichick will give you at least a guaranteed 15%. I'm not sold on anything else going on in that organization right now.
Not Mac Jones, not Kiesler's favorite quarterback in the entire NFL?
No, and in fact, we'll touch on that later.
We will. Bad, we got the Cowboys. Not an awful loss. And then after the games, they lost Lael Collins, Michael Gallup, and now Randy Gregory has COVID. So they've lost 3 starters after the game. That's the bad. Kiesler's Ravens lost last night. Wow. I think they stink. Lamar fumbled twice.
Shit show.
That Cardinal quarterback. I told him he should have went wide receiver.
I think they are the worst team in the AFC North. That's my hot take that I'm allowed to reveal now that they've lost at least one game.
Yeah, Villanueva on the right side, big problem for Lamar Jackson. In fact, I'm starting to think there's a conspiracy theory that the Steelers locker room somehow gathered up enough money to send him over there to fucking not block for Lamar on the right side to make sure he gets hurt this year. Just a sneaky suspicion. I don't want to put that on any man. Lamar's fun to watch, but goddamn, he does put up video game numbers when he plays us.
He can't do it all, though. He cannot do it all, and that's what they're asking him to do. You have no running backs. They have no running backs.
That's not true.
Zero running backs.
Latavius Murray's a good fucking running back, all right?
So is Tyson.
He got cut from the Saints.
It was he didn't want less money. They weren't going to pay him.
I followed a couple beat reporters, and they said he was washed, and they said that the other guy like made him look terrible in camp.
So we already knew that Tyson Williams is an athlete. Like he's got burst. But Latavius Murray, they gave it to him in the red zone. He's gonna get the goal line touches. You have to Latavius Murray's in the long run the trusted guy. Who's the guy you trust?
Who has Latavius Murray in the Perch Prime? Rick pick.
He'll get some, but I'm going to compare it this way. Latavius Murray is going to be more of a Gus Edwards role, and Tyson Williams is going to have more of a J.K. Dobbins role. He proved it the last game. I mean, he had 4 catches. I mean, the guy has hands. He can catch. I would not be surprised if they kept Latavius in the Gus role and let this guy do the J.K. role, which is there's plenty of touches to go around that backfield, especially in a deep league like ours. He will be starting for me this year. At some point.
Might be a Perch FL start. They stink in real life. All right. Ferg, we don't really know who he likes the Packers. That's right. He likes the Packers. We finally found out he likes the Packers. They look terrible.
Good.
Packers.
I don't think he has any Packers on his team this year, does he?
He what?
I don't think he has any Packers on his team this year.
Oh, that's probably a good thing. Well, we'll see. They'll bounce back. They play the Lions on Monday Night Football.
Wait, Aaron Jones maybe? Yeah, I think Aaron Jones is on his team.
Lions, Packers, Monday Night Football, worst game of the year.
Who shows Aaron Jones? Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Trav?
Yes, sir.
Take it away.
All right, we're going to start right into last week, the week 1.
Browns.
Oh, Browns? Oh, sorry. I thought we were going into the recap. All right, well.
Plenty of time.
You couldn't have saved this for after the recap so I don't have to relive this again? That's fine.
Talking about the bad right now.
Honestly, we start off really, really good. But speaking of the bad, the Chiefs have 2 players, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, and they're going to go to them on 95% of every play, and it's really hard to shut down both of them, which the Browns found out first-handedly. All I have to say is the Super Bowl champions needed 3 turnovers to come back and beat us. They needed every single one of those. It was a stupid mental errors.
AFC.
And our team,
AFC champions.
The Browns beat themselves. I mean, they were, but the year before they won the Super Bowl. So, I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes Super Bowl winning quarterback. But I think the Browns look good. There's some rust. Obviously, it needs to be shaken off. But from what I saw, I honestly, when I saw that game, it reminded me a lot about watching the Cowboys-Bucks. A lot to be happy about, definitely something to be sad about, but overall, a good picture so far for Week 1 for all considering.
Is the cancer coming back this week?
I hope so, and I hope he just torches Houston for 7 touchdowns. But that's probably not going to happen.
What a nice game after the loss. You got Houston. We got to go to LA and play the Chargers. Who looked great.
And we will be in attendance at the game this week. Rick will also be in attendance, Amber, and we are going to make sure first-handedly that the Browns leave that stadium with a win. I'm going to yell so loud they're not going to be able to hear any of their plays when they're on offense.
All right, we'll be listening for you on the TV there.
Can't wait. Can't wait, baby.
NFL storylines. We had the Peyton Eli ESPN2 coverage last night.
Pretty awesome.
Pretty good. Pretty good. We give it a roaring review. Urban Meyer, how's he feeling? Have you guys seen?
Not good, probably.
I heard he's got a little heart problem.
USC job opened up today.
Yep, it sure did. He's so mad that he didn't. A lot of people, I guess, like took their jobs thinking that job wasn't available.
Well, some say it wasn't so, but he's not going to skate out just yet. He's going to hire a couple more questionable people, really shady ethics. They're going to do some weird shit, and then he'll leave and go to USC.
So, did you see? This isn't even related, but did you see the report that Chiefs offensive coordinator was candidate? Okay, I didn't know if I was.
Behenemy. Maybe that's how you say his name. All right, best division in football. Behenemy. Best division in football. What do you got?
Look around you. It's the AFC North. I mean,
Ravens stink.
They will beat any one of your teams in your division. So what's that saying?
NFC West is what I wrote down. You got what? Seahawks, Niners, Cardinals.
Yeah,
that's a great division too. But I mean, I don't see any. Do you see anybody in your division beating the Ravens? Well, the Cowboys division. Anybody in that division able to beat the Ravens, the worst team, as you said?
Yes, I think Washington would smoke the Ravens. They wouldn't be able to score.
Heineke?
Yeah, they love him. I don't know
about the offense. But
he's not bad. He's not much of a. He's not.
I rest my case.
Fitzpatrick.
I'd take on the Ravens too. I just don't think that offense is going to move the ball. But maybe Lamar is Superman. Whatever. All right. Injuries. A bunch of Ravens got hurt again because that's every week. Fitzpatrick broke his hip. No, he sublexed his hip, which is almost a dislocation.
I guess someone was saying that it was similar to Tua's injury he had at Bama, but not as severe.
Right. So it didn't go all the way out of the socket. Jerry Jeudy, high ankle sprain.
6 to 8 weeks, something like that.
I don't think they're sure about what his timetable is going to be, is what I've seen.
That's just really tough position to have a high ankle sprain and come back because all your money's made after the catch doing those jukes and in and out.
He avoids surgery, though, right? That's the idea. You want him to avoid surgery and be able to heal up. I mean,
it looked bad.
Right. But
it looked really bad.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
See it. I
heard that he has to be some part Gumby in his DNA because his shit just bent hard and apparently didn't break. So
I got to get a new flex man. That's all right. Then the big one, Mostert.
Out for season. Yeah, and when I shot one running back out for 3 bodies, I was like, I got 3, 1 go down this week. All right, we're still good. That's worst case scenario. Holy shit. 2 plays in, worst case scenario to start off the day. And I was having some Perch FL PTSD sitting on the couch just thinking about, man, is this all going to burn up in flames? I don't think it will. But you know what? It does suck to lose Mostert. And I think Sermon's going to come in and be that guy. A lot of talk about this Elijah Mitchell guy.
Isn't he hurt? Isn't Sermon hurt
no,
too?
Mitchell's just ahead of him. They like Mitchell more.
Well, Sermon didn't play, right?
Yeah, he was healthy and active. They just don't think he's ready. They like
scratch.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not ready yet, but I think he'll be ready sooner than we think. And I don't think Elijah Mitchell's the guy. I'm not just saying that because I have Trey Sermon.
Yeah,
I think Elijah Mitchell took advantage of that Detroit defense and Mostert going out of the game early and only having 3 running backs on the roster. But I don't think it's anything to grasp on that.
I did watch that game, and he looked just like Mostert in that offense. I actually happen to be a huge Mostert stan. I have been for a while. And I even said in the fucking chat, Mostert's running great today. And it was not even like, dude, it was like not even 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
But that Mitchell guy seemed to, it could have to do more with like Shanahan trust his guys that have been in the system. So
could it have a little bit to do with Shanahan's system going against the Detroit fucking Lions, maybe?
But Shanahan's the kind of guy that he sticks with the running back with a hot hand.
A blue whale could have went through some of those holes, Tyler.
That's just
but it doesn't matter.
Running back.
Shanahan likes his guys.
And Shanahan's a weird dude. He has hot hands at wide receiver, at running back. You never know what he's gonna do. He reminds me of Bill Belichick, kind of. Just one of those head cases. The beat writers can't get him right. No one can get him right because he's playing a fucking game with everyone and himself constantly.
No doubt. All right, speaking of hot hands, we got our next segment. We got Transaction Tyler, and he's got a new segment called Hot Guys. Hot Guys is the hot waiver wire pickups. Those are Tyler's hot guys of the week.
Tyler? Well, I wasn't really prepared for that one. I was thinking.
Start off at number 5, Tyler.
But no, we'll let's pick that up at the end real quick.
Really work your way up.
Hot guys at the end.
Transaction Tyler. I need to talk to someone else about a bet, but there's a season-long bet between Trav and Rick. Did Rick win?
What?
Did Rick win his matchup?
Yes, he did.
So you guys are both 1-0.
Yep.
There's another season-long bet. I don't know who has it, but all right.
Me and Haynes. We
had a
Me and Renato.
Oh no, Renato said, was that a season-long bet?
Yeah, $100.
So neither of you would bet me, but you guys bet each other.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So, Perch FL, the way it shakes out, man, it was Sunday morning, right before the game. Mike and Trav make a fucking trade. We all know Mike traded 3 running backs for Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Raheem Mostert, and Tyson Williams, who he used all of his fab. Mike did. So Mike basically sees himself. He paid $1,000 of fab for Nick Chubb. That's all Mike sees it as.
And Raheem Mostert. So he traded 1,000 fab, Kareem Hunt, and Raheem Mostert.
But he drafted 6 running backs. So that was, to him, he's like, I'd rather have Chubb.
Mike finally figured out how many running backs he can start, and he's like, oh fuck, I gotta do something.
Shit. And he knew Trav would be somewhere there to pick up the phone right before the game.
By the way, when you win an ESPN, it showers you in Miller Lights now.
Oh, you didn't know that from last year? You must not have won much.
No, actually, I went the last 10 weeks without winning, so I would have no clue what happens when you win. It was like a whole new experience. I thought it was a whole new feature this year.
Okay, so we that trade, and Mike's big fab pickup. Those were the big things then.
Yeah. So I just wanted to hit those real quick, just because next time we're talking, if it's after Tuesday, we'll be talking a lot about the fab.
Yeah, those are your hot guys. Who are your hot guys?
Well, obviously Mitchell. I think this guy's
He's not on our waiver though.
Oh yeah, you're right. Fuck. Okay. Who is? No, you're right. He's available and fucking pretty much everyone else is.
I think Ingram's our top guy, or Ingram, Gainwell, or
Ingram
saw a couple other guys.
He saw a ton of snap share. He had a good snap share, right? A
couple good wide receivers out there to pick up.
Yeah, actually, I don't want to say too much shit. I'm fucking.
That's the point of Tyler's hot guys.
I don't want anyone to know what I fucking like.
All right, well, allow me to say it.
Go ahead. Blow smoke up their ass.
Let me gas them up a little bit. Yeah. Tim Patrick, with Jerry Jeudy being out, he's going to be a good one to get a hold of. Also, Christian Kirk he put up good numbers there. Apparently the wide receiver 3 in Arizona right now. I mean, you could throw some money at him. Braylon Edwards, whatever his name is from the Raiders. He looked pretty decent too. Not bad. We got that Pascal guy from Indianapolis. I mean, he's got 2 touchdowns. Juwan Johnson, the tight end from the Saints, 2 touchdowns. You had Gerald Everett with a touchdown from Seattle, but he only had like 2 catches or something like that. So I don't know. That's a little bit iffy. But there's a couple guys out there. We got quarterbacks out there. We got a guy threw for 400 yards that's out there. Derek Carr. We got Goff out there. We got Tyrod Taylor. These quarterbacks are putting up so solid of numbers that some people could have won their matchups if they would have started them over their rookies.
So of the hot guys, who's going to take in the who's the biggest prize?
I think I would think ours would be like Tim Patrick, Christian Kirk, or Mark Ingram. I would think, or Kenny Gainwell. I mean, he's like the younger running back to take. But there's
anyone over 100.
Gainwell's probably worth.
Yeah,
for upside, Gainwell's probably worth a little bit more than.
He's worth 1,000 for sure. I mean, this guy's got great upside.
Mike's out of money, and maybe he was right with the big rosters. The waiver wire's a little.
Ingram might be worth more than Gainwell if you want to score points now. I think Gainwell maybe at the end of the season could really put up some numbers maybe. If anything happens to Sanders, who looks really good right now, but we'll see.
We will
Gas
see.
him up.
All right, that's
number 1 though.
Hot guys.
Tim Patrick. Let me get Tim Patrick. Come on. $222, bitches. Bring it on.
I'll take Hamler over Patrick, but
go ahead. He's 5'9".
I will come back next week. I promise to some very hot guys. Boys.
All right.
I was not prepared for the hot guys. But I'm glad to dig in deep. You might say to the hot guys.
I'm very excited for the hot guys.
Take a real long look at these hot guys next week.
Yep.
Will loves the hot guys.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, Trav. Now is your fastest 2 minutes.
All righty, here we go. Last week's matchups. Well, save the best for last. I don't think so. We're gonna jump right into it. Squad Day Cool Cats matchup last Thursday. It was a special night, not only for the Perch FL because we brought 2 beautiful babies into this new world, but CD Lamb scored me some fucking fantasy points and got my fantasy mojo back to going. My engines are running at full cylinders right now, and I knew my team could not be stopped after Thursday night. That's a similar feeling. Thursday night games can be so dangerous. But Tyreek Hill did his damnness to try and get Cool Cat back in this fucking matchup. And he did. But my team deboed its way out of that bitch and showed the reigning champ that, hey, new year, new me, baby. I'm back. I'm back in fantasy football, and I'm undefeated, and you're defeated. It feels really good. Zach could have picked up and started any of these quarterbacks off the waiver wire and started them over Mac Jones, and he could have won our matchup. It was a 5-point game. Jared Goff, Derek Carr, Tyrod Taylor, Jimmy Garoppolo. Instead, he stuck with the rookie and got burned. 149 to 144. Next up, greatest show in Perch. Almost put up one of the highest scores, but, I mean, he had a great performance against Trans Tyler. Some said on Sunday you could hear Tyler's teeth chattering all the way from Toledo. He was so nervous for these games in this Week 1 matchup against Couchot. And Couchot, I can approve, was also very nervous for these games over here at my house sitting on the couch. Ty God had a respectable performance with his bunghole of a team. But the Bengals, the Bengal boys and Kamara were no match for what Matt had in store. David Montgomery, 23, Cooper Kupp, 31, Jalen Hurts, 27, D-Hop, 26, all balled out. Week 1. Couchot is rocking out with his socks out, rolling into Week 2, 146 to 101 over the Trans. I should be standing next to a toilet when I talk about this next matchup, because it really just makes me want to go get sick. This was an absolute dumpster fire between Ferg and Pat. Their quarterbacks combined put up a whopping 11.5 points. Pat's DeAndre Swift surprisingly finished as the highest scorer. That was the shocker of the matchup with 25.4 points. Showed Ferg's a once coveted. Remember, before the season started, we said Ferg's backfield. Oh man, if you don't have Ferg's backfield, like you're another bum on the street. Well, they look like bums on the street in this matchup, and DeAndre Swift showed all those motherfuckers, Carson, Barkley, what a true running back one looks like. And you know what? It's funny because Miller, obviously got rained on by Millers at the end of this matchup. Won it, didn't get the score down, but I know Pat won it. Hey, what's that one thing that we all like, guys? Like, what's that one thing you like more than anything?
Pizza.
Pussy.
Wings.
Pussy.
Sweet poontang. Pizza, you fat fuck. Even with A-Rod putting up a goose egg, Rick showed Brownstown to their first 0-1 career start in the Perch FL. Ayuk and Gesicki scored a combined 0.7 points. I told you Gesicki was not a tight end that you thought he was. For Haynes' team, that doesn't help anything when you score 0.7 points between two positions. 1 week, Aaron's running backs, after just 1 week, his running backs are looking really thin. I looked at that, and Rick's, they're thriving right now. Both of his running backs are good. Latavius Murray just got in a great spot in Baltimore. His running backs are thriving right now. Sweet Poontang and Cole Beasley showed Brownstown's D Steel Nuts 111-92. Oh, well, the one you've been waiting for. 0 RB. Gwill in the computer sitting in a tree. KISSING. I don't know what that software is. If Gwill could, he would make love to some sort of USB port machine to whatever software that he used to draft, eat, sleep, and shit with. The 0 RB approach seems to have worked out so far after week 1 because Gwill fielded a Goliath of a team on Sunday, week 1. The tiny Patrick Mahomes got his brain smashed into the concrete. There's nothing he could do. 38 points. Godwin even had 28 to toss up a little hope. No hope at all. Who do we appreciate? 0 RB. 0 RB. Gwill, 179-111. Caw-caw! 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 The Eagles brothers celebrated and had themselves a blast on Sunday, celebrating the Eagles flying high. I'll admit that.
Undefeated.
But only one bird could leave this matchup this week. Both teams put up great numbers, surprisingly, but Nemo's hose still needs mo hose and running backs. And Troy's team name still reigns supreme. Cousin cooking hot rockets, 169-149. Well, guys. We always save the best for last around here. So we did. Hurricane Neo, the one. No, that is not a random 6th grader. That is Mike Hessen. And his fantasy football team, like everyone already knows, whooped the shit out of Nados. Men Who Stare at Goats, also not a 6th grader, I swear. Josh Allen did not score 60 points. He scored 13. Welcome back to Earth, Mike. But the Buck Gay Boys, Gronk and AB, made sure that Mike was not going to lose this matchup. Carried his ass to the finish line, 166-96. Oh, yeah, Chubb and CMC are pretty good, too. That's all I got, boys. On to next week. Congratulations to everyone that won week 1 and everyone that lost. You're a fucking loser. Get your shit together.
Predictions last week. Computer went 2-5. Tyler went 3-4. Trav went 4-3. So Trav, the week.
Man, you're so good. You need to set up a sports book for fucking You need to take action for fantasy football.
Telling you what, I'm feeling hot about sport bets this year.
Yeah, no shit. You need to get on the team, boy.
Yeah, gotta watch out for the white on that one.
Hey, we got you.
We'll stick with the matchups weekly if people want to bet.
Whatever.
All right. Next up, we got this week's matchups.
Yes, sir.
Your thing.
Last week's game of the week was you and Kiesler.
Yes, sir.
And you won the matchup, and me and Tyler lost it. This week, first matchup, Will versus Kiesler.
Yes.
Picks.
Quill versus Kiesler. I've got Squad Day Cool Cat with the upset over 0 RB.
Computer likes Will 67% of the time. Of course it does.
I'm taking you, Will. God damn it.
Well, I was giving you time.
Oh, well, you had the computer. I'd say, I should go before the computer.
Will Kiesler have a different quarterback Sunday is the question.
Does he bid over 100 fab on one of the ones sitting out there?
I think I might pick up a couple QBs this.
That'd be a great.
There's 6 starting quarterbacks left. Don't worry, I haven't counted.
I think Kiesler will be starting Jameis Winston sometime this year. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, nice. Pat. Oh, that was another trade we missed, Tyler. Me and Trav traded Winston for Kirk Cousins.
Yes, we did.
Which both did well.
Is a superstar.
Yeah, Jameis Winston's gonna be phenomenal this year.
Not sold.
I like him. All right, Pat versus Couchot.
Pat versus Couchot. Finley football team with the upset. That computer don't know shit.
So, Pat's team is kind of like, I still think it's really good, but it's kind of in a little bit. He's got to figure out DeAndre Swift's role, Damian Harris's role. Did Tannehill score well last week or no?
No, he was terrible.
So he got beat the fuck up, man.
The Titans were bad.
I'm gonna Couchot rolls. I think Aaron Jones probably has a better game next week, and his receivers do the same thing. Like whatever, Couchot rolls.
Computer likes Couchot 68% of the time. These aren't close yet.
That's 2 big underdogs I took there. So you guys have to take a shot next week if I'm right on both those.
On a Tuesday?
What?
Yep.
Maybe on a Thursday. Tyler versus Haynes. Maybe we should do it Thursday next week, and we can do shots. That sounds great.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay.
Browntown.
I got myself against Haynes. Not only because Couchot fucking scored a lot did he win, but my top 2 wide receivers combined for like less than fucking 10 points. Whatever. Allen Robinson had a tough matchup. Mike Evans, they're gonna both bounce back. I think Haynes has a little bit of an issue right now with his starting lineup, and I think I can overcome that. Bounce back, my receivers, I win.
Browntown Konami code over Oliver's Heroes. Kyler Murray, man, he's gonna put up fucking 40 points. Probably 35 now. That Kier pointed out that we were on 5 points scoring instead of 4. Thank you, Kier.
What about Burrow next week? How do you think Burrow will do next week?
Who's he playing?
Bears.
The Bears? Ooh, not good. 20 points. We'll put him at 20.
Who are you taking, Trev?
He took Haynes.
Browntown.
Computer likes Tyler 67% of the game. Still not a close.
Fuck that computer.
And you're against us on the first 3 games. So, yeah, I think there will be some shots next weekend. All right. Ferg versus Rail.
Ooh, this one was almost the game of the week. Almost. But JPP over Ferg, the back-to-back champ. I think matchups will win Rail this matchup.
I'm seeing the back end of Rail's team right now, like the way you look at it with like Kyle Pitts didn't really do anything crazy, so we don't even know what he's capable of.
He's a human being? What?
But then Ferg's starting Elijah Mitchell, who I think can be a top running back in that fucking run game. I'm struggling with this one. I'll go opposite of you. I'll go Ferg.
Trav, alone again. Computer likes Ferg 52% of the time, a closer one. All right, we got Troy versus Rick.
The game of the week, right here, baby. Wango Tango versus Cooking Hot Lockets. Oh, sorry, it's not Wango Tango anymore. It's Sweet Poontang. Excuse me. But I think Cooking Hot Lockets keeps cooking Hot Lockets. And I got a bet with Rick, so we're going against him.
Even though we're going to see a huge fucking bounce back from Aaron Rodgers, we could see some regression from Joe Mixon, like we talked about. Is he going to be used that much? Troy's team is fucking nasty. I don't see it slowing down. I don't see Darren Waller not there. He's going to get that kind of target share like all season. Lamar, I think Lamar usually does well on on bad games. I'd have to double check, but I think like spread wise, like the Ravens respond well. So,
well, they're going against Kansas City, so I don't know if that's gonna.
Well, if they're a negative game script, then Lamar needs to score points to try to win. Yeah,
they're gonna need to score points.
Going with Troy.
Got no one to throw.
I think it'll be closer than what we think.
Troy, you said.
Yep.
All right, that's your first sweep of the night. 58% Troy for the computer. Kier versus Nato.
I'm going to say Nemo. He gets a Russ DK explosion all over Renato.
Man. Russell plays Tennessee. What did fucking Kyler just do to them? Russell's going to go the fuck off. That's like a playground for him. Like, he's going to think he's running around against little kids. Oh, fuck. I'll go Nemo Hose.
Computer by itself this time, 59% likes Nato.
Wow. And
Trav versus Mike, and Mike didn't get to take all his players out yet, so we got an accurate projection.
So I'm the deep underdog here. Obviously, I have faith in my team, and I will win this matchup this week, Mike, even with giving you Nick Chubb going against Houston.
Kirk Cousins against Arizona. That's Chandler Jones' next victim.
That's all right. I'm sure he'll be thrown for plenty to try and keep up with Kyler. Don't worry, there'll be a lot of garbage points with that.
I'm gonna go Mike. It looks really good, just on paper. Like Rob Gronkowski doesn't have to do anything, and I think he's. Jesus Christ, dude! The guys Nick Chubb and Christian McCaffrey. Those two alone are gonna win him matchups.
You guys are opposite on all but two games.
Yep.
Yeah, computer likes Mike 78% of the time in the beatdown of the week.
Can't wait to prove that one wrong, baby.
Last week's beatdown of the week was me over Rail, so.
All right. Keith
1-0.
beat me down last week too. I don't think that happened.
1-0. Okay. That's all I got. How about Browns game this week? You're going, Trav?
Going to Houston, baby. I'm not going to the Houston Browns game though. Going to Cleveland. We're pumped. Should be exciting. We're gonna do a little tailgating. Probably leave the house at like 8:30. Head out to Rick's and take off and have a fucking day and watch our Brownies run a goddamn train. Hopefully.
There we go.
I'm excited.
Shout out Linux TV. I got 5 TVs all rolling on it this weekend.
Nice.
Works perfectly. You can find every game. It's NFL ticket for $20.
Wow. Well, Lennox TV.
Yeah, that's what me and Troy got over the weekend.
Okay. Well, might have to check that out then, buddy.
Legally, who knows? But
Can we see the TV setup behind you?
Yeah, it's definitely not like legal, but.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Just don't let that cable company. No, I think there's a way. It's made for like.
Can't believe Courtney lets you keep the house like that.
It looks sweet.
The whole room is Cowboys, so well, it's not really, but
Get the Cowboys on every channel, baby.
All 4 channels. All right, we will
Let's
see
go.
you guys next week. Comment of the week.
Brownies.
I forgot comment of the week. Tyler, didn't you say something funny this week?
No, probably not.
You had some comment. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Are you getting it out?
Comment of the week. Hold on.
No, it was Tyler. He said something. Tyler, you know what I'm talking about.
What did you say, Tyler?
Jay Berg even said that's comment of the week.
I don't. Is it what I said about wiping an ass?
Mike in a mask?
Wiping an ass.
It might have been. What'd you say?
Well, Haynes and Troy were talking, and Haynes, Troy, and Trav were talking about wiping a newborn's ass, and I was just referencing like, well, I kind of adopted a teenager, so I never really got the chance to wipe her ass.
There we go. It's comment of the week. Tyler never got to wipe that teenager's ass. All right. We'll see you guys next week. I want to quit. Stop.
Go Brownies, baby. Go Brownies.
What a game. Texans, week 2.